Voyeurs stars Sydney Sweeney and Justice Smith as Pippa and Thomas, who move into their dream apartment and notice that their windows look directly into the apartment opposite, which sets in motion a chain of events that will lead to disaster. This is written and directed by Mohan, and it hit Amazon Prime last weekend, and the way this would be best described is as an erotic thriller version of the movie Rear Window, as it shares the same general setup of someone obsessively looking into their neighbor's apartment and getting involved in their lives. Though to be clear, the two films venture off in different directions from there, but they still hit some of the same themes. Now, I really wanted to like this one, as I did find myself engaged with the story at times, though that's mainly due to our two lead actors. I enjoy both Sydney Sweeney and Justice Smith in general quite a bit, and they act their hearts out here. They both truly give it their all, with Sweeney especially capturing the obsession that consumes Pippa as she finds herself unable to detach herself from her neighbor's activities, which are always on full display for her to see. I also like the way the film crafted its tension. Mohan's direction captured a nice, brooding atmosphere that was supported by some really slick cinematography that gave the film a haunting feel. I'd call this methodical in nature, though I wouldn't necessarily call it slow. It takes its time for some parts, but the film often found ways to engage the audience even when it lingers on a moment for a little while, whether it be through its score or shot composition. And I think this had the makings for a nice character study hidden underneath, where we see two people's lives fall apart because of the countless lines they cross. And it would tread a bit into that territory, and whenever it did, I was really intrigued, but this ultimately is a shallow movie that prefers to play things more like a generic soap opera rather than a complex, dark thriller. There winds up not being a whole lot that we learn about these two characters outside of what they do for a living, and we're never given much of a reason to care about them other than the fact that they land themselves in hot water, which is a shame considering how strong the performances are here. And the film ultimately paints each character in broad strokes and makes things feel one note with the fact that Pippa and Thomas get what's coming to them for crossing the line. It's a very obvious lesson, and I was hoping we'd get more beyond that, though the film seems fine with never venturing past the obvious. Now, this actually would have been forgivable due to Mohan's direction as well as the great performances. Because of how much everyone elevated such so-so material, I was willing to look past its cheesiness, and I often found myself entranced in what's going on, though the last act is where it ultimately buckles and where I found myself completely turned off. I knew there'd be some sort of twist thrown our way late into the game, but the one we got here felt a little silly, and it didn't match at all with the tone of everything that came before it, especially as it felt more jam-packed and trying to cram in as much as possible, as opposed to the atmospheric nature of the first two-thirds. It really rubbed me the wrong way and ended the film on a sour note, and it gave it a disjointed feel. Now, overall, The Voyeurs does have some interesting elements between its two solid leads and some stylish direction, but it's ultimately less than the sum of its parts, with a surface-level screenplay and one-note characters, along with a third-act twist that tonally doesn't match with the rest of the movie. I don't think it's a bad film, and I can see it having its fan base, but while there were some things I liked, as a whole, it just didn't work for me. The Voyeurs gets a 5.5 out of 10. So let me know, did you see The Voyeurs, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did this story work for you? Do you have a favorite Sydney Sweeney or Justice Smith movie? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.